sense that when you move the snake, the body does not go to the right head. Okay, let's just take a look. All right, so this was how it is. So you can you see the this I call it the issue of the root body. The body just refuses to follow the right head. Like this one goes. So to in order to do this, I will need to check basically, okay, in each of the heads. Okay, later when we play the game, if you look at the left here. Okay, in the body actually, not the head. I like to check which head is which each body is following. So one simple way to do this is because there's this head num here. I'll just put it as public. Okay, that way I will know for sure which. So this is a little bit of debugging today. Then I will know for sure if we do that. I will know for sure which head num is which. So let's go. Okay, I pause it. So I just want to see the body. So this body is head num 0. The other body is head num 1. So the one in head num 0 is at, where's the position of this? Okay, if that is the body, then what is this body? Oh, the other one is here. The other one is here. I'm not able to see it though. This goes to head num 0. This one at head num 1 looks to be okay. Alright, let's see again. Oh, you went back here. Okay, so there's some issue with this. This is head num 1, that's correct. This is head num 0, but the head num 0 apparently moves to some weird location here, which shouldn't be happening. Yeah, I'm not too sure why this is happening, but we'll solve this. We'll solve this. Yeah. Okay, so this was the code. So we already have the head num here. Okay, maybe what I'll do is I will print some error messages. So like for example here, if it reach waypoint, then I will increment the waypoint. Maybe here I will just print something like print. Mm, okay, so move towards new waypoint. Yeah, I guess over here I could put the get waypoint num inside here. Yeah, it depends because like if I were to update the new waypoint, I could straight away move to the new waypoint here. It's fine, but I can do the get waypoint num inside here as well. I just want to print out the direction and the waypoint. So over here we can print head num will be this one plus head num dot to string. Okay, so let's just print this so that we know exactly what is going on. Head num 0, 0, 1, 0. So the head num 0, 1 apparently is working. Okay, but the head num 1 is not printing. Oh, because maybe the head number 1 did not reach the waypoint. So that means Okay, maybe I'll just do it over here. Mm, I like to do it somewhere where I can see it once every 10 times. So I guess I'll just do it in the update. This was spam a little bit, but at least I can do some debugging. Yeah, I need to make sure why it did not work. Okay, something went wrong. Out of index. Okay, so you can see that everything is there 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 1, 0, 2. But over here when we printed out hit 95 has an out of index error, which is the generic food part here. What's my head num by default? Is 0. Yeah, so over here the head num is, oh, the head num is 0. Oh, this could be the reason why. Like this head num should be 1. Yeah, so that could be the reason why it wasn't following. So it was a head num error for the head. Let's try. Yes, now it's working. Okay, now there's some issue. What's the issue? Okay, so now I solved the problem of the root body already. Okay, it's because the there were two head zeros. So yeah, not good to have one leader for two bodies. Yeah, so uh, that solved that problem. Let's see what else is left to solve. So this is okay already. You can see that there are two snakes now, each with their own like. Okay, so there's a problem. The moment it got out of this visual circle, it disappeared from the second one at the bottom. We have to solve that. But right now, there's this index was out of range at hit 95. Let's see what's this again. So apparently the game manager generate food method has some issue. Okay, so let's go to generate food method in the game manager. There's an out of range error at 174. Out of index must be non-negative. So over here, body's head num dot count is greater than 0. Yes. So here should be already like positive. So let's do a debugging message. So we add this as a debugger. Okay. The case of the disappearing apple, we will solve it later. Okay. The one I think can solve it. We solve quite easily. Let's see 173. In does not accept a definition to string. Okay, this to string capital T then. Oh, okay, it's capital T. Yeah, body's count is 1, but here the index is less than that. At line 176, so is this one here. Let's just try to print this here. What's bodies hit num dot count? Oh, maybe this is wrong. It shouldn't be bodies dot count. I think I solved the error. Yeah, I need to, because bodies is the meta array, like the header array. I need to. Yeah, I think I solved the error already. It's because of this thing here. Yeah, this should be bodies hit num. Okay, let's try to play the game again and see what happens. Okay, solving this kind of coding bugs is part and parcel of coding games. Okay, so now it looks like it's good. Okay, so now doesn't look like the body has appeared. Where's the body? Okay, all right. This body doesn't look like it's following anything. Yeah, so maybe it's time to go and do a public Vietnam again, so that we know exactly where it is. Same thing for direction and waypoint, so that I know where it's heading to. I mean, while we're at it, we might as well put waypoint num to be public. We'll put all of them to private later, but now this is just to show what's happening. Let me just check my Twitch first. Okay, yep, it's running. Uh, yeah, let's see. So I have a body, and I want to like bug fix my body to make sure that it works. So each body now, we should see certain parameters here, which will be good for debugging. So, oh, the second head apparently can eat the apples and is working for the second head. Oh, it's working for the first head also. Could it be that it was just too far away? I don't know. I mean, now it looks like it's working. Okay, it looks like it's working now. Why did it not work just now? Okay, but meanwhile, let's go to game manager. We can put the distance apart back to its original 0.5. Okay, make it closer so that the snake looks nicer. I'm still thinking whether I want to draw like an artificial wall boundary to separate the two of them. Look at that, look at that. There's a gap here. There's something here actually. There's something here. Oh, I get it now. It's not an issue with the body. The body is perfectly fine. The issue is with the field of vision. Okay, so apparently the field of vision is kind of restricting because the field of vision only exits when on trigger enter. Okay, so what it means is that maybe we don't want to just have on trigger enter, we want to have on trigger stay. Yeah, then that might solve because when we exit one trigger, we go to another trigger. Yeah, let's try this. Let's try using on trigger stay instead of on trigger enter. Okay, there's some issues here because there's two apples appearing at the top. Means the generate function was not doing its job properly. Okay, and also the this one was not done properly. okay, maybe I'll still use on trigger enter. Okay, but maybe we still need on trigger enter and then on trigger stay. Okay, we might need both. So the moment is enter and at the moment it stays in the trigger, it continues to be shown. So that's important for the game because if not, yeah, looks okay already. Looks okay already. Okay, no, no, it's not okay. You can see that there's a brief moment of time when it exits and it's not in the other trigger, it disappears. You see that? Yeah. One way to solve the problem is to always ensure that the two field of visions don't overlap. We could start with a smaller field of vision, perhaps. Then this problem wouldn't be there. Now the issue is once you exit one and the other one is still there, it doesn't seem to register. Let's just try to solve this problem. Okay, so if it exits one collider, exits one field of vision, and it enters the second one, I still want it to be there. I still want it to stay. Okay, because it is still important for it to stay there for my vision. So so maybe we can use this thing called e-starching layers. So let's try. We can try e-starching layers. Unity. We can check whether the apple is touching a layer called vision. Yeah, so over here we have a okay, we don't have a layer called vision, but we could add it in. Yeah. So if the apple is still it's not that needs because it relies on the apple to do some processing. Okay, then I won't need all these triggers anymore. I can let the apple determine for itself, or I can let whatever object determine for itself whether or not to turn on or not, turn on or off. I could do that, so I don't need this trigger here. Uh, if I were to use this method, I can just use starching layers, and that will suffice, and that will probably solve this issue. If not, if I want to do it the trigger method, um, I have to change the on trigger exit. Yeah, I have to change the on trigger exit method. Mm, okay, let's see what trigger methods are there. On trigger enter, collider 2D. So there's a is touching layer. Or actually, we can also say is touching. Enter, exit, stay. Yeah, maybe we have to use this is touching. So if it's is touching, that means we check whether the collider is touching the other collider or not. It's important to understand what checking colliders are. No idea how to use is touching. Let's see is touching Unity example. Yeah, I could just use is touching layers. Yeah, is touching is kind of yeah. Let's just use is touching layers. And over here we have a layer mask. Okay, so is touching layers. Let's see an example of how to do this. Yeah, so uh, we need to know what layer is this. Yeah, we can use a layer mask name to layer in order to receive the, okay. Layer mask dot get layer. Yeah, that was what I remember. So we can use this is starting layer, and then over here layer mask dot get layer. Layer mask dot get mask. Okay, we can do this. So first thing first, we will set the field of vision to a new layer, and this layer will be called vision. Okay, we set it to this layer. Okay, so field of vision will now be in the layer vision. Okay, and then what we can do is we can just apply all, and this will apply all of these changes to all the hits. So even here will be called vision already. So what we'll do is we go to the Apple. Okay, so instead of doing an on trigger enter 2D on the Apple itself, what we'll do is we will basically do the starting layers method here. So yes, we could do an update. Yeah, so actually we don't even need okay, because it's touching layers. Let's check whether a collider any other colliders specified on that layer mask. So we don't need it to be a trigger anymore. We just need a collider there. So let's just comment out this one. So if okay, how do I code this? It's touching layers. Yeah, I think it's this one. Okay, I have to see starting layers, example, Unity. Let's just try to find an example to do this. Touching layers, example, Unity. Yeah. I mean, they didn't really give an example there in the Unity documentation. Physics 2D and collisions are driving us crazy. I mean, one way is overlap circle. I still think this collider is touching layer is still the best way to do it. Touching layers, layer mask, dot get mask. I think this is the closest to what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so I guess I will need to get the component of my own collider. So yeah, so my own collider in the Apple itself. Okay, we go to the prefab of Apple. It's under Circle Collider 2D. Okay, so over here, I believe it's called Circle Collider 2D in the Unity documentations. Let's just check. Yeah, it's called Circle Collider 2D. Okay, so it means we need to get this Circle Collider class inside. So we call this my collider, and on awake we get this. Okay, so when we do the update method, okay, if mm, actually I don't need to do this in the update. I realized something. We can just do it here. We can just do it here. Yeah, so if we do it over here, we do a get component circle collider, and then we over here we just check and my collider. Okay, let's just do it for the Apple just to be safe. It's touching layers, layer mask, dot get mask. vision, something like that. Then we and not this one. Yeah. So only when we exit the trigger and it's still not touching any mask, then we disable the image. So let's see whether this works. I'm ready for my errors, if any. Yeah. Oh, no errors. Interesting. Okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, so I want to go in the case where both go in the same. Okay, so it still didn't solve the problem. Look at it. It appears there, but it disappears. Okay, if collider.tag is vision and the get mask. Is this layer vision? It is vision. So it means that the field of vision colliders. Hi, Goddard Saver. Yeah, I'm trying to get my hard mode to work. Yeah, it is proving to be quite a pain to code. But yeah, I think I should get it done by today. I hope. Oh no no no! I'm still working on the snake game, but this is hard mode where you control two snakes at one time. Actually, there's one very easy way to solve this problem. Yeah, and the very easy way is that I just don't overlap the field of vision. Like I change this to maybe 10, 10, 10, and then everything will be solved already. Yeah, we could just do like that. So we ensure that there's no overlap in the field of vision, and then this would solve the problem, and I don't have to do all this. Yeah, I mean this is definitely a way to solve the problem. I just need to debug a bit more. I guess just prefer take the easier method to solve it. Yeah, so if we reduce the field of vision, maybe we can afford to give it a bit more. So maybe for this hard mode, since it's already quite difficult to control both snakes, we don't we don't what do you call that? We don't reduce the field of vision for this game. We maybe start at 10 10 for both, right? And then we just keep it as 10 10 all the way for both snakes. So in hard mode in the game manager, I'll just not code the reduce vision part. So like here, if hard mode, then return. So no decrease in vision if there is if it is in hard mode. Okay, because the snakes are already quite low in vision to begin with. So let's see how this works. I think it looks good actually, like that. Okay, now I just need to solve the case where the apples can appear in the same area. And so maybe what I'll do now is, because I want to see everything, including the apples, okay, I'll set my field of vision to be a very high number so that I can see everything for now when I'm debugging. So yeah, I haven't added global high scores though. This is just normal high score. Okay, so now I activate God mode lah. I can see everything now. So the collider issue is here again. I think it's fine. It's working. As you see, sometimes the apple disappears, but that is because of the way this is. Yeah, so this is fine. I think the hard mode settings are already quite alright. So I change this to 1010 like that. So this should do the trick already for hard mode. I just don't let the visual thing intersect. So now I'm just thinking whether I want to have a boundary to separate both snakes. I think there's no need to. Yeah, you just let the player explore the whole thing by themselves. I mean, one snake can be longer than the other, but they cannot interchange positions. So yeah, this will be hard mode. Oh, it's quite tough. It's quite tough. Right. Can't wait to see what people can get for this game. Hey, look at that. The apple was generated in the bottom part. Wait a minute. Yeah, this was the issue that I was seeing just now. The apple was generated in the wrong position. So this is the apple. There's another apple here. Okay, and both apples are at the bottom part. Okay, which is weird. How can you beat the game? I don't think there's like an end game per se. You just basically get the highest score, and then I want people to just feel happy that they achieve a high score uh, globally. So I guess I would like to. So this should be like one of the last few streams for Snake. Next stream, I'll try to integrate a global high score using a database like Firebase.io and link the high score to that database, so that when you upload your score, you can actually compare and see how well you did compared to the other people who played the game. Yeah. So this is the Apple. Now the issue is that the Apple is not. Okay, so if I were to use the bottom snake to take the apple, both apples will appear at the bottom. Okay, so what this tells me is that, okay, when I generate my apples, I must make sure that the apple in the game manager here, only one snake can get it. Okay, so where's my apples here? If not, both apples will just appear at the bottom. Or you know what? We could just make the apples just appear randomly and then see where it appears to. Don't know whether that would be too hard. Yeah, maybe I will just have only one apple, but at one time, and let you find the apples. That might be better actually than having two snakes having two apples. Okay, let's take a step back and think about this. Should I have another apple? Should I have this? Or I just generate food once, and because in the generate food, it doesn't exactly update the snake. You see, yeah, doesn't really matter if I have one apple or not. Yeah, let's see if I were to only have one apple. Okay, and then even the rotten food probability, all this, uh, we will not do will not do with. Okay, but the issue is if I were to do a global position, then I will need to make sure that the apple when it's generated doesn't hit both snakes. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, there are two ways to go about doing this. I could just make sure that the apple is always generated such that the snakes don't hit. So like in the example of like okay, the rotten food doesn't matter, but in the example of the generate food here, like I could limit it to like 0.5 and minus 0.5. Yeah, the rotten food is okay, but for the apple generation, perhaps what could be done is that I don't generate near the middle. So so there's no way that you can get both apples. So there's no way that the bottom snake can go to the top snake and eat the apple there. You get what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So we like hard code the apple position so that only one snake can get it. Yeah, I think this looks fine already. Oh gosh. Yeah, the rotten apple is irritating. Oh my day. Yeah, my day has been good. I just did my some AI discussion just now with some of my colleagues. Yeah, or rather fellow researchers. We were just discussing about the thousand brain theory by Jeff Hawkins. Uh, Interesting theory about how the brain uses multiple models to predict. Okay, so that was an unfortunate instance where the rotten apple just appeared right where. Yeah, so I think this should be good enough to upload already. Yeah. Okay, the only gripe I have is that the field of vision it can be a bit small. Yeah. But if I increase the field of vision, I must make sure that they don't like collide. So one way to do it is to offset my snake's position a bit. Maybe like this, minus 0.1 and 0.1. Offset them a bit so that they don't collide, and I can increase my field of vision a bit because I feel that the field of vision is a little small. Yeah, we can increase it to like maybe this, and I just offset my head a little bit. Yeah, because I think it's important to give the player some fair chance of winning the game. Rather not winning the game, a fair chance of viewing the board. Okay, there's a slight issue. The field of vision is not aligned to the head. Also, I offset my field of vision, but I didn't offset the head. Here should be 0. The head will be at minus 2.2. Yeah, maybe we can just increase it more like that. Uh, I mean, I do have some space at the bottom, right? I could just shift my bottom collider down a bit. Yeah, this is how it looks like. I think it might be a little offset a little too much. Minus 2.3, 2.3. I still think 2.2 might be better. Okay, we can do it like that. The field of vision just decrease one more. Okay, there's still this overlap here, so maybe a 12.5 would be okay. Okay, let's try again this one. I do like the idea that you have two apples to go for. Yeah, then it doesn't seem so boring for one snake. Yeah, so essentially you're like playing two games simultaneously. I was thinking of having like two squares of snakes, but we don't have the space for that. So this would do for now. Yeah, so I'm also thinking for hard mode, maybe the difficulty is with the snake itself. We could reduce the chance of rotten apples being generated because it will really clog up the board with too many rotten apples. We should let the player die by hitting themselves. This seems fine actually for hard mode. Yeah, maybe for hard mode, we don't even have rotten apples. How about that? How about that? Because it's hard enough to navigate the snake already. So where's my gen prop? I just put it at zero. So you definitely will not have any rotten apples, but you have to control two snakes. Okay, either not have any rotten apples or I just lower the probability by half because initially it was 0.1, so maybe I can make it 0.05. I'm more in favor of not having any rotten apples because hard mode is quite tough already. Okay, there's this issue. You see, even without having the extra apples, you already have difficulty maneuvering because of the limited board. There's this issue that the apple might just disappear. So let's just take a look. The apple disappear or what? See over here, when it went up, the apple disappeared for the bottom. Yeah, so I'm still thinking that I mean one way is to reduce the field of vision a bit more. The other way is to solve the problem of my apple disappearing from this field of vision. So I have another way to solve this problem. So okay, let's bring back our layer to defaults. Okay, we don't need a vision layer anymore. We're not using the okay. So maybe one way to do it is to use a separate tag called vision 2. Okay, so what this tag will do is in the stuff like Apple and everything, uh, okay, on trigger exit, yeah, we will do two separate collision tags. I'm not sure whether this will work, but let's try. Okay, so we can increase the field of vision a bit. 'Cause I think the field of vision is still a little restricted. I would like to increase it more for the snakes. Okay, and then the head can just be at position 2 and -2. Yeah, let's not move them too much. Yeah, let's try something like this. Perfect. Wait, no, it disappeared. It disappeared. This game is still going to be Snake. Yeah, it's just the hard mode for Snake. So if you get above 50 points for the Snake normal mode, you can enter this hard mode where you can control two snakes and play the game. Yeah, so this is a bonus mode for Snake. Yeah, it's meant to reward people who can play well. Yeah, then this is like an additional challenge for them. Yeah, the game is called Snake Light. Snakelite. That's the name of this game right now. So yeah, apparently if I do this double collider thing, it still doesn't work. Okay, on trigger exit, we can do this. Okay, I just thought of a way that that might work. Okay, so we can stick to on trigger exit and on trigger enter, and we can call the text vision, no issues. Okay, so I got this idea right now. So if is okay, we can quite vision counts. So okay, that's we can do this in the update method. Okay, and over here instead of my sprite enabled is true or what, we can just call it vision count plus plus. So when we enter the figure, we increase the vision count. If not, vision count minus. We could do this, and then initially when I'm awake, okay, we have a yes, and we can make the vision count equals to 0. Over here, we don't need to do this anymore. We can just do this on awake. We can do this. And let's see how it fares for the apple. Yeah, so if this works for the apple, I'm going to implement the same thing for the body and the eaten apple as well. Okay, so let's see what's any errors. Okay, no errors. That's a good sign. So let's see. Oh, nice. So regardless of whether it enters the vision or not, if this counts, see, now it's perfect already. Once it gets out of the vision, I hit the tail of my first snake. Okay, so I think this is good. Let's just do the same thing for my scripts for the body and the head. So over here, we're just going to copy this thing here to the body. Okay, there's a on trigger stay as well for the body. So I think this would solve it. Okay, then yeah, we need to do this in the update method for the body as well. Over here. Yeah, so since I'm at the body script, I might as well take away all the public that I used for debugging just now because we are done with all the debugging. It's working. Yeah. So this is a convenient way to check the variables in runtime. Yeah, I'll just take it out so that I don't confuse private and public. So for the Apple, same thing, vision count on awake, we make vision count equals to 0, which is here. And this should work for the body. And eaten apple, we do the same thing as well. Okay, eaten apple, actually, we don't have to change it because I'm not generating any eaten apples in hard mode. Yeah, in hard mode, we're just gonna let the user kill themselves using the two snakes because I think it's hard enough even without the eaten apples. So I guess we could keep the same thing here, but just for consistency, let's just make the change just in case, in the future if I want to make the eaten apples also be in hard mode, then we can just do a simple change of the generation probability of the eaten apples. So this is okay. So this is done. Okay, in the update method, we need to do this here. Copy and paste this inside here, and same thing over here. Do a vision count because this bypasses the e-starching layers or anything. So we just strictly use the triggers to tell us how many colliders are we intersecting with. Yeah, this is just a bypass because the e-starching layers method is not was not working. I mean, I could debug it further, but I go by whatever works. Yeah, least effort. The philosophy is code with the least effort. Yeah, that's my philosophy. If you don't need to code using that particular method, then don't. Yeah, you use whatever bypass you can. Yeah, I think it's working pretty well. In hard mode, we don't even decrease the. Yeah, we make it slightly easier, I guess. I mean, one other way we can do is we can decrease the vision slowly, just like we did in normal mode, but we start with the full vision. So how do we do this? Oh, whoa, whoa, almost died there. Yeah, because it's quite narrow already, is it? Thinking whether this is like no kick. But you see, there's a kick already. Look at that speed. And with the constrained space, it definitely is harder than normal mode. Some more both snakes are of different length because they can eat different amount of apples. I mean, I think this is fair enough already actually. Okay, so the other mechanic I would like to experiment with here is what if I make my field of vision the normal one, so maybe like 30-30. What was it this big in the normal mode? I think this might be like mega huge because you can see the entire grid like that. Maybe 20-20. We could start with 20-20 and we can slowly decrease it. Yeah, I think 20-20 will be a fair gauge for this mode. We could start at 20-20 and then we can decrease it to 10-10 perhaps. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, 12-12. Yeah, 10-10 is like a recipe for disaster. Yeah, 10-10 is really tiny. Yeah, I think that's not enough reaction time. Or we could just start with 15-15 and keep it constant, like what we were doing just now. Okay, let's see 15-15. How does it feel like when we play this game? Actually, I'm of the opinion that I can just stick to 15-15 throughout because controlling two snakes, you see, is going to be difficult already. So I don't think I need to change this. Okay, so we go back to normal. There should be some problems with. Oh, there's no problems. Okay. So in the normal mode, we can have the apples appearing because there's enough space for the user to avoid the apples. But in hard mode, I think the difficulty will already be controlling the two snakes. There's no need to have these rotten apples to make it even harder for them. Okay, the other thing I was thinking whether I should do is perhaps I should. I think this is fine. Let's just. Oh, now my head is a different color. I guess it's fine. I can make the head orange color and be consistent with both modes because this orange color looks okay also in this in this background. I think this is better for a better experience because the vision doesn't decrease that much, which is not bad already. In hard mode, the vision decreases very. In fact, it doesn't decrease very fast. You just start with a very small vision to begin with, and I think that is the difficult part of the game already. There's no need to make it harder. Yeah, you want people to feel like can be like a snake game where you have a long tail and you need to avoid the tail. Yeah, the rotten apples are okay. They are a good addition to this game because it is pretty easy otherwise. But in hard mode, I think I don't have to have the rotten apples. It can be quite tough already. Yeah, so it should be quite easy to hit 50 now. Okay, then and any more is really by skill already. Yeah, so I want it to be easy to hit 50, then people can experience the hard mode. There will be two scores for it, one score for normal mode, one score for hard mode, and then people can compete and see what they get. Yeah. Okay, so one thing is I would like to change the sound for hard mode. So let's go to soundimage.org and try to download some new soundtracks for hard mode because in hard mode it should be a little more exciting. Yeah, it should be a little more action. I mean the starting music it is fine for hard mode I believe, but the action music maybe we change it. Okay, this was the normal one. I think this can be the hard mode starting music. So this can be hard mode intro music. Hard mode intro. Keep it. Okay, and then we will add this here in our music and put the hard mode intro here. Okay, then we want another. Oh, is this escape good for the hard mode? It's a bit too slow. I need something a bit faster. No, the ambience is not right. Surreal chase. Nope, I don't think it's exciting enough. This is okay. I think this is okay. I think this is okay for. So we call this hard mode main. Yeah, this is the music for the main game in hard mode. So this one can be here. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna add some sounds, some additional background to the sound manager so that we can play this for hard mode. Okay, so right now we have hard mode intro and hard mode main, so we can drag both here. This will create an audio source straight away. You can see that audio source has been created. Okay, I will not play this on awake, but I'll loop it. Same thing for this. Don't play on awake, but loop. Okay, then this too can be then placed inside Sound Manager, maybe at the bottom here. And over here in the backgrounds, we can have four backgrounds. And here the element 2, we can do hard mode intro. And here will be hard mode main as element 3. Okay, and how to change this in our scripts? We go to scripts, and then we go to the uh, game manager script. Okay, so at the beginning, because the music is controlled by the game manager, let's just edit the music here. We can over here, in hard mode, then sound manager dot play background 2. It was the third item, so it's index number 2. Else we do this. Okay, and then once we start the game, we have to play background again, right? So over here, in hard mode, okay, sound manager dot play background 1, 2, 3. It's a 3. Else we do this, and that should, with this simple view code, that should already solve whatever you want to do for this game. Pretty impressive, right? And just a few lines of code. So that should do the trick. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see this uploaded on my each site, and letting people try the new hard mode. That'll be interesting. And then probably tomorrow, I'll try to do the global high score so that yeah, people can do the global high score for this game. And yeah, that should be done. That should be it for Snake Light, and then I can move on to doing like T-Rex Run or other games. Okay, let's just see whether the sound is being updated correctly. No, no, doesn't seem rock. That doesn't get my heart beating fast enough. I mean, even the intro. In fact, this music is better for the main game actually. If you ask me, this music is actually suitable for doing the main music actually. Yeah, but we do need a more hit music for the racing part. So it should start with a, yeah, it should start with a bang. Yes, yes, correct. High energy music. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Golden Saber. See, you see, this one start too gentle. You should start with something that makes you excited straight away already. This is a bit too gentle. Insane gameplay. Better be exciting. Oh yeah, yeah. This is okay. This is okay. Yeah, yeah. This is okay. This is much better than the current music we have. So we call this hard mode main. Thanks for your suggestion, Golden Saver. Yeah, I think music is, to me, music is very important in games because um, it, it sets the emotion and the feelings of your game. So I feel that it's very important, just like graphics also. But I think music is more important than graphics because Graphics don't trigger emotion as much as the music. Yeah, music directly can just touch to your soul straight away. So I guess for game creation, it's important to have someone who can do music. I mean, I myself play the piano, but I don't exactly know how to use like GarageBand to compose my own music. So I still depend on other people to create the music for me. I mean, I'm not a specialist in music. Yeah. So let's just delete this. Delete. Put the new main inside, and then I will replace the hard mode main with the music here. Oh, how come it didn't get deleted? I thought it would. Is this the right hard mode main? I'm not sure. Let's try it out. No, is this the same one as it? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, maybe I should swap the intro and the main because the intro is definitely more explosive than the main music right now. So this gentle kind of music could be the introduction screen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. It's not good. The tempo is too fast for this hard mode main. So the intro is still good to be an intro, but the main here should still be hard mode main. Okay. But we could do some quick fix for this. Okay, we could do some quick fix for this. We could make the volume here louder, or rather, we could make the volume for the intro softer. I mean, I could do this in an external program. Let's just do it here. I did have a friend who asked whether I could change the volume settings on the game. I think I'll do that, but probably on a future stream. Yeah, because that requires some coding. I think this is fine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like it already. We make the difficulty of the player. See, yep. See you, Golden Saver. Thanks for watching. I think this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, looks good already. Looks good already. Awesome. Okay, so I think this is good. Let's just build and run so I can export this WebGL build so that I can export this to, yes, replace it to each. Okay, so looks like everything is good and ready to go. I'm quite happy with the results of hard mode. Yeah, it's pretty hard to code hard mode actually. Yeah, I think it was a coding challenge for myself rather than a playing challenge for the player. But I do hope people find it exciting. And let's go back to my itch. Snake likes. I can edit the game. Okay, I can just edit it by uploading a new file here. Okay, so first things first, we need to wait for the game to generate. So let's just wait a while over here, and then after that, I'll just uploading to the each site, and we can call it a day for today. It's been a long stream today. Expected it to take a little shorter, but the east touching layers really got to me. If we didn't have to use the east touching layers, which in the end we didn't, it would have been a much faster coding stream. Let's just wait a while. Apparently something's wrong here. I mean, it's currently being uploaded. Yeah, we just have to wait a while for it to upload. But meanwhile, if you all have any questions you want to ask, you can just use this time to ask. I'm actually monitoring the chat, so anything I'll be able to see and reply. If not, wow, it's been a journey. I didn't expect a snake game to take so long to code actually. Yeah, but I guess if you want to have a fluid tail-based snake, it can be hard to really code it out. Yeah, and the hard mode really was a challenge. Hard mode was a challenge. Was a challenge to code. Uh, let's see Unity projects, and over here we have um, where is it? Snake. So this WebGL build is gone. I cannot use this. Oh, it sure is taking a long time to build the game. I'm not sure what's going on, but definitely it's taking a long time to build the game, longer than I thought it should be. Uh, my whole Unity is jamming now. But if you look over here, it's almost done. You see the loading bar is almost completed. So I think I'll wait a while. Yeah, I'll wait a while. Let's be a little more patient and just wait for the build to finish. Then, yeah, then everyone can play hard mode. Looking forward for people to play hard mode. It'll be interesting. So yeah, let's just wait a while for Unity to load finish. Yeah, after I played the hard mode, I find that normal mode is quite easy. In comparison, normal mode is easy. So that is definitely going to be a challenge for people who want to get a high score for normal mode. Try to get 100. I think it's quite hard to get 100 because the speed just keeps increasing. I didn't put a speed cap for my snake. So perhaps I should have put a speed cap for the snake, but who knows? Let's just see uh, how high people can score. I'm not going to lower the difficulty anymore. I think the difficulty is about there. But do let me know if the difficulty is too hard. I mean, it could be adjusted. Yeah, after all, this difficulty is all subjective. But I do kind of like the current difficulty of the snake. I mean, it challenges me. I'm pretty sure it challenges quite a lot of people as well. Usually for game dev, if the game challenges you, you expect it to be disastrous for everyone else. So the game is like not very challenging for me now. So I think it's of an appropriate difficulty for the rest. Usually I will just like let's say if I find the game I want to make a difficult game, I will make it about 75% difficult for me. So to me it's I'll take my max difficulty level and then I tone down the game by 25% or 50%. Then I make the game according to that level so that it can be easier for other people to play because you must understand that it is you that is actually um, creating the game and you will be the most familiar with the game, but a lot of other people will not be familiar with your game And if you pack your difficulty level too high, then it will cause problems in terms of other people who may not want to, you know, learn things via that learning curve. They might actually, and then they won't play it. So it's very important to make it work. Okay, I think there's some issue in my Unity. I'm just going to restart it and recompile the game and then upload it. So you can just check back on the page in about like 10 minutes. I guess it should be uploaded. But if not, I think I'm going to end the stream now. And yeah, thanks so much for watching.